This is Matt Hardy, and you are listening to the VOC Nation.
Rock and Roll Union for the past 2 years has been the place for rock and roll, new rock and roll, debuting rock and roll, and some of the old classics as well. We have welcomed guests from around the world, national artists, and more. We have excited many people by our live events. We've welcomed everybody into the fold, and we continue to do so on a weekly basis. Guys, that is Rock and Roll Union, and that is what we do for you.
Saturdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, VOCNation.com.
Since 2012, HIAC Talk Radio has been bringing you the best of independent wrestling and wrestling on the worldwide scale, with interviews and other segments now featuring the Wrestling Historian with Craig Ligon every Thursday night at 6 p.m. at VOCNation.com, or go to your Android or iPhone and type in VOC Nation Radio Network and subscribe to the greatest wrestling podcast network in the world. Listen to HIAC Wrestling Podcast today.
VOC Nation provides live daily streaming shows where fans have the ability to interact with the hosts and guests by phone call, email, and Twitter. VOC Nation hosts include the legendary Ken Resnick, who you probably remember from the AWA and WWE, former WCW performer The Maestro, Wes Brisco, who you probably remember from Impact, Brady Hicks, who you remember from Pro Wrestling Illustrated, former WWE and TNA star Shelly Martinez, and former Philly radio personality Bruce Wirt. What are you waiting for? Go listen live right now at VOCNation.com and subscribe to all of our podcasts by searching for VOC Nation Radio Network on your favorite podcast app. Oh, and follow them on Twitter too, at VOC Nation.
The worldwide leader in entertainment. This is the VOC Nation Radio Network.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it's In the Room on the VOC Nation Radio Network at VOCNation.com. Brady Hicks here, and I'm so happy to be back with you guys once again, back in the saddle. We are going to have a great time tonight. I can feel it. It's one of my favorite times of the year, and even though WWE's been slumping a little bit, the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania always signifies me the opportunity to do something a little bit better, and I'm really hoping that kind of starts this Sunday with the Royal Rumble. Yeah, it is this Sunday. I was trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway, Brady Hicks here, Pro Wrestling Illustrated. So happy to be here with you guys. Joining us once again, the one and only maestro of professional wrestling, Papa Stro. How you doing, my friend?
Great to be here with you as always. Celebrating the birthday today. I'm blessed to be alive and well for another year with you all, and just can't wait. It's like holiday of the week this week, as always.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be good. We're having some tech issues behind the scenes, and I apologize about that. It's about the new video feed. But we're going to get that squared away very, very shortly. Also joining us, the one and only Maniac Matt Grimm. Matt, my friend, what brings you back tonight? Is it the close camaraderie? Is it the it's not the wrestling.
It's Stro's birthday.
It is.
It's not the wrestling. It's Stro's birthday.
Happy birthday. I forgot about that.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm also honored to share the birthday with Sasha Banks. It's her birthday today too.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Women's champ. There you go.
There you go. So one of you has a birthday and you talk to me, and the other one has a birthday and you block me from all forms of social media. I'm only playing, of course. That's Pro Wrestling Illustrated. That's not me. 914-338-1885 is the number to call in tonight. Stro, I have a resolution for this, but we'll try and take care of it in a commercial break if that's okay, just because it's too hard to try and do it right now. Our tech guys are working behind the scenes, and we'll get it straightened out. And for those who missed it last week, we got over 1,000 views on the YouTube channel, which is a relatively new thing. We haven't had added subscribers in years, so it was pretty cool. So definitely thank you to everybody who checked us out via YouTube. And if you're listening and you want to see what my ugly mug looks like on a weekly basis, we are included in the VOC Nation YouTube page. At least I am right now. Stro Stro is not there with me, but like I said, we're going to try and work on that in the commercial break, and hopefully
trying to get there, brother.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. So 914-338-1885. Tonight with the Royal Rumble coming up, Matt, I was thinking about maybe kind of looking back on some cool moments from Royal Rumbles past, because traditionally it's always been one of my favorite events. And so, yeah, I definitely want to talk about, everybody's favorite Royal Rumble moments, different things that happen. And I'm not talking like the cheesy stuff that they always tell you in that recap video. Like Shawn Michaels is the first one to go from 1 to 30. Well, big whoop. They came out every 30 seconds. Like the whole Royal Rumble match lasted like less than an hour. Not impressive,
Yeah.
I take longer to wind down after a show sometimes than that Royal Rumble did. So ask Kelly. I'm trying to get into bed at sometimes 2 or 3 in the morning. But So we can definitely talk about Royal Rumble tonight. I think it'll be a good time. And anything else you guys want to talk about as well? 914-338-1885. I see the phone lines are starting to fill up, and we'll get to you guys in short order. Matt, I want to ask you actually, you know what? We'll go to the birthday boy first. Birthday boy, Stro. Wow, that sounded really weird.
Hey, thanks.
Do you have like a? Yeah, seriously. On second thought, let's not do the video. No. Do you have a favorite Rumble moment? A favorite Royal Rumble spectacle?
I'm like you guys. I've always loved the Rumbles through the years. Some of the best pay-per-views and events from WWE so far. Aside from WrestleMania, of course. But one that comes to mind was definitely the Rumble that Ric Flair won the championship, WWE championship, which was incredible. Because at the time, if you recall, that everybody was so over in that battle royal. All the top people were there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Flair walked into like number 3, and competed there for like over an hour or close to an hour. So it was just tremendous.
Definitely my favorite. I'll never forget the speech at the promo at the end. I'd be like, with a tear in my eye. I loved it. He was great. He was great. How about you, Matt? You had a favorite Royal Rumble moment?
Oh man. There's definitely been some good ones. The Ric Flair one is great. Yeah, Ric Flair winning the title is certainly up there. I this is going to sound cliched, but Austin winning the '98 Royal Rumble signified that there really was a new and exciting era we were just at the beginning of, which was cool. I'm trying to Edge coming back last year. That was a cool moment. I'd start with those 3. Been a lot of weird Rumble moments over the years too, but those are 3 good ones that stand out for me.
I I apologize. I was doing some work behind the scenes there. I caught the Edge thing, and that was tremendous. I feel like throughout the history of the Royal Rumble, some of the best ones have been the surprises, guys that you just didn't necessarily expect to be in there. So that is cool. So you said, I'm sorry, you said Edge? What was the other one?
Austin winning in '98 and Ric Flair. Yeah.
Well, the Austin one was interesting. That was the one. No, I guess it was the Vince McMahon one where he fought all around the ring, basically. All like he basically wasn't in the match, and then he came back at the end. The Austin one, when he won the first time, that was when he got eliminated and slid back in and tossed Bret Hart out, wasn't it? That was amazing.
Yeah, that's right. There was that one. I was thinking of the one in '98 when it was clear that he was going to fight Michaels at WrestleMania. But yeah, that's right. That was a good memory too.
Yeah, Yeah, sorry about that. We're just doing all this stuff here behind the scenes. 914-338-1885. It's pretty interesting because like Stro, you all three of us referenced the Ric Flair one, and that '92 roster honestly is probably my favorite time in wrestling until the Attitude Era, just because they got such an influx of talent. That was the year when, well, obviously they had Flair, they had Undertaker, they had Sid come in, they still had Hogan and Savage, and they had Warrior for a little bit, not in the Royal Rumble, but they had Warrior. Just an amazing, and that was the year when Kurt Hennig made the big comeback, and just top to bottom, like I said, one of my favorite years to be a wrestling fan for sure.
Yep.
So, anyway, so 914-338-1885. I'll tell you what, I apologize, guys. I know we just took the commercial break, but I want to get this kind of fixed. Like I said, it's very distracting behind the scenes. So we're going to take a real quick commercial break. 914-338-1885. It's in the room on the VOC Nation Radio Network, and we'll be right back.
This is Matt Hardy, and you are listening to the VOC Nation.
Rock and Roll Union for the past 2 years has been the place for rock and roll, new rock and roll, debuting rock and roll, and some of the old classics as well. We have welcomed guests from around the world, national artists, and more. We have excited many people by our live events. We've welcomed everybody into the fold, and we continue to do so on a weekly basis. Guys, that is Rock and Roll Union, and that is what we do for you.
Saturdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, VOCNation.com.
Since 2012, HIAC Talk Radio has been bringing you the best of independent wrestling and wrestling on the worldwide scale, with interviews and other segments now featuring the Wrestling Historian with Craig Legans every Thursday night at 6 p.m. at VOCNation.com, or go to your Android or iPhone and type in VOC Nation Radio Network and subscribe to the greatest wrestling podcast network in the world. Listen to HIAC Wrestling Podcast today.
VOC Nation provides live daily streaming shows where fans have the ability to interact with the hosts and guests by phone call, email, and Twitter. VOC Nation hosts include the legendary Ken Resnick, who you probably remember from the AWA and WWE, former WCW performer The Maestro, Wes Brisco, who you probably remember from Impact, Brady Hicks, who you remember from Pro Wrestling Illustrated, former WWE and TNA star Shelly Martinez, and former Philly radio personality Bruce Wirt. What are you waiting for? Go listen live right now at VOCNation.com and subscribe to all of our podcasts by searching for VOC Nation Radio Network on your favorite podcast app. Oh, and follow them on Twitter too, at VOC Nation.
The worldwide leader in entertainment. This is the VOC Nation Radio Network.
All right, take two. Sorry about that, guys. It's in the room on the VOC Nation Radio Network. You can catch us live on VOCNation.com. You can catch the archives are available always on VOCNation.com. And, of course, don't forget the YouTube channel where In the Room and Wrestling with History now are part of the weekly updates on the YouTube page. So be sure to check that out as well. 914-338-1885 is the number to call in. I know you guys want to talk the Royal Rumble tonight, and I couldn't be more excited to do so. So we're going to have some fun doing that. And the usual bit of nonsense, Matt. You know, we got to sprinkle in the nonsense. It's my bread and butter, as they say. So just a dash, just a pinch. So 914-338-1885. We're also celebrating Stro's birthday today. I thought I had a cool birthday song, Stro, but I don't know. You know, because being on YouTube now, it opens up to this whole other world where apparently they can shut us down for playing copyrighted music. I'd never even thought about this, Matt, because I've lived my whole life under this radar, you know, flying under the radar, just kind of living under a rock and not having to worry about these sort of things. But apparently, Matt, in the real world, you're not allowed to say bad things about people. You're not allowed to play other people's music without paying them. All these things, my mind would explode right now. And if they got access to the archives, I'm sure my bank account would as well.
I was on. The last podcast I was on, the song they're playing sounded like accordion in the Lawrence Welk video or something. And bubbles like going everywhere. That was hysterical.
I thought we had a traditional birthday song on there. I was going to play that for you, but it doesn't look like we do, so I don't want to take a chance there. But happy birthday nonetheless.
Hey, thank you. I would give you some cake, but I don't know if it'd be good by the time it gets to you guys.
Oh.
But I would try.
Judging by how I look in these videos, I think it's time I stop eating cake again. So we're the pandemic has hit us hard, very hard.
It has.
Just because I don't do anything but eat and talk. So
It's punishing.
It's a grueling schedule, but somebody's got to do it. Stro, what do you got going on this week, man?
Oh, man. Well, it's Thursday night on WCW Retro with VOCNation.com at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're continuing our discussion of wrestling's monsters, attractions, and giants.
Okay.
Definitely looking forward to dive into that. And then this Friday night at midnight Eastern Standard Time on my sci-fi horror show, The Stro Zone, at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Right. The feature will be Sherlock Holmes.
Okay.
In the 50s.
Very cool. Classic. It's funny. Two things I want to mention. We were talking about the music and everything. Stro, one of the best independent shows I ever did I was ever a part of, I believe it was in 2012. And there were about 10 guys on the show. And about 4 of them came out to Cult of Personality, CM Punk's song, which I just thought was amazing. Pair that with the fact that almost everybody in the independents back then used the super kick finisher. It was just an amazing show. So, gotta love it. Now, you're talking about giants.
Right.
And we're also talking about Royal Rumble. And I gotta say, Matt, one of my favorite Royal Rumble moments of all time was when El Gigante came out as Giant Gonzalez. He had the fur bodysuit, if you remember. Everybody's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And I guess, was it The Undertaker he tossed out? I think it was The Undertaker. It was, it was something, man. Little kid me would have had nightmares of him if he were willing to admit that, because he was pretty scary.
Yeah, I can see that.
Plus, you wonder, what happens if that fur falls off? What's under there?
You don't think too hard about that.
Stro, did you ever have any encounters with El Gigante?
Well, back when he was wearing the extra large Lasertron suit,
yeah,
in WCW,
yeah,
if you recall, and I remember. I think Flair was talking about the times that he would get slammed by Gigante, off the top rope, and it weren't just a normal slam off the top because El Gigante was so huge.
Yeah. Right.
And the velocity, the bumps he would take off the top from El Gigante was just it was often the equivalent of doing a scaffold match, basically.
Yeah, seriously.
Slam Flair.
You're falling from quite a height for sure. You can't even imagine. You're a scary dude. When you just think how strong he probably was and what he could do, I had a dream years ago, Matt. I don't remember why, but I was what was I doing? I think it was either El Gigante or Kurgan. I don't remember who. It was one of the big guys. And they're beating up somebody that I'm friends with, Matt. And I pull out a knife and I stabbed it. Don't ask me what don't try and figure out what this means, because I'm sure it means I should call my mom more or something. But I stabbed this giant with the knife to get him off my friend. And he just turns around with the most menacing glare and just stares at me. And he pulls the knife out of his shoulder, Matt, and he's walking toward me, and I'm running. and his walk, it's like the giant man in The Simpsons, you know, the giant man with the little car. His walk is so much faster than my run that he's closing in on me right before I wake up, and he has the knife, and I'm terrified. And it was like, yeah, I don't know what made me think of that. Scary, though.
Scary stuff, man.
Well, let's go to the phones. We got a bunch of callers on the line, like I said, 914-338-1885. We're going to go first to Mike, who I saw Mike had his Facebook deactivated or he took it offline or whatever. So, Mike, I have no way to get in touch with you, I guess, except by email. Hope everything's all right, brother.
You're going to have to.
Oh, no.
The Thunderbird gang, I don't know who they
did ban you?
Brady, I'm going to be honest with you. I was for President Trump, and I put some stuff on there. I said, God bless you, sir. Thank you for serving.
I saw that.
I got an account warning. It says, Facebook gave me the account, and it's almost like they controlled my every time I tried to make a move, they had one over me, and then next thing I know, it said, Mr. Wildman, your account has been deactivated. You know, so I thought, well, okay.
You're the bad guy. You're the bad guy.
Two things against me.
Yeah.
But
now you're part of the NWO with Granny Hulkster.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Stro, happy birthday. And Malcolm, he wants to he wants to be on here first, but I told him, I says, I'll tell Brady you're out there, Malcolm, so he can put you on there.
He's up too.
He wanted to tell you happy birthday. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's up next. He's up next.
South Carolina.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Mike. I'm terrified of Facebook, Mike. Today I put up a picture
where I don't know what to do anymore.
Joe Biden was as orange as anything that Donald Trump was, and I put up a picture of it, and I said, all hail the new Mr. Orange, or Orange, I forget what I said, our new orange leader. And I was terrified that they were going to come and arrest me, Mike. I'm just kidding.
Well, you know what scared me? I'm a Christian. And I put some Christian stuff on there to my brothers and sisters in the church, and Facebook came in there and says, this is not, you can't post these, Mike. And I says, wow, I didn't know they would do that, you know. And Pastor said, Mike, there's days coming when they're going to do this to us, you know. So I apologize. It's not my fault. I love you guys and everything, and I didn't do this. This was done by Facebook, and Facebook guys, if you're listening out there, I hate you guys.
Go scratch. You got to stick with Alexa Bliss pictures, Mike. You never go wrong with
it, brother.
Yeah, especially when Randy Orton RKOs or like he did the other night on Raw.
That was fun, wasn't it?
I was that hurt me. I just can't see her.
It was great.
I know you did.
That was the payoff for Derek. He's been waiting for that for 2 years.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, I loved it.
I just don't understand why they make her like this little girl, you know? She used to be the best. Man, she was awesome when she was
I know, man.
She's a little girl.
Just because I liked her at 18 doesn't mean I want her at 13, you know? It's not the same thing at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Hey, so,
I'm just kidding.
I just had my birthday also with you. We're both in the same month. I just had it January 21st, and yours is 26th. That's awesome.
Happy
brother.
Birthday. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you so much.
You. Okay, you're welcome.
I had Alexa Bliss record a cameo for you. Did you get it? No, I'm only kidding. They're not allowed to.
No.
I would have otherwise.
Oh, I would love that. Let's go see. When I get back to see you, let's go see her in person.
Let's do it, brother.
I'm sure
the gift that keeps on.
Oh, right, man.
It's not even at a show. No, in person.
Yeah.
Can I ask you?
Maybe she'll change clothes like she does on Raw.
Yes.
Change outfits.
I couldn't believe it.
I was expecting Kelly to do that if I turned out the lights and turned them back on. It doesn't work that way, Mike.
No, it doesn't. Oh, man.
You see her like hanging upside down from the ceiling fan, you know? Oh, brother.
Oh, man.
I missed you, Mike.
I was going to ask you, I miss you too, man. And I apologize. I'm losing you guys. I lost all my friends. I had to apologize to my friends at church. I said, I didn't do this. I said,
are you suspended or are you gone? You're in Facebook jail.
For good.
Oh, you deactivated it. Okay. You ought to just make up a fake name just so we can chat on there.
They won't. I tried to get on there last night. They won't let me on. I don't.
Wow. Permanently banned.
They tracked my. What do you call that? What do you call that? Your address. Your
IP address.
Your address. I forget what they call it.
IP address.
IP. Yeah. I don't know how they got my IPO. I just rent a room. I stay in the back of the house. I got a real nice landlord. She's taken care of me for 12 years. Never raised the rent. She's been very good to me. So I'm not complaining. But it's just hard when you try and
maybe open
on your
yeah.
Maybe can't we speak our
I don't know. I mean,
are we supposed to have freedom of speech, or is that taken away? I don't know.
I mean,
I didn't say anything bad.
You don't usually hear of people having their account shut down just for liking a guy. So I don't know.
Right.
I guess I'd have to know more.
Maybe Vince brought back the right to censor. Maybe Vince brought back the right to censor.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't say any bad things.
And best theme music ever, by the way. Warning.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope they don't go after me I hope they don't go after us for liking Alexa Bliss.
That'll be next, Mike. First they come for our politics, then they come for our election. Now, maybe you should sign up for like Instagram or one of those other services that isn't owned by. Oh wait, never mind.
Well,
you should be like the Fiend. Let me in like the Fiend.
Instagram is great, Mike. Instagram is great because all it is
I could have a field day with that.
Yeah.
Mike, Instagram is my favorite WWE brand, though, because, I mean, it's just pictures and messaging people. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Get on there, brother.
I still go onto YouTube. YouTube to watch AEW. So when I finish talking to you, I'm going to go watch AEW.
Okay, and check out the VOC Nation page as well, because there's the last week in the room is up there. You'll be able to see what we look like.
Cool. Oh, you look good. You guys look great.
You're the man, Mike.
You guys are awesome. Kathy,
you're the man.
Kathy's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, all you guys look good, man.
You're the best,
problem
brother.
with any of you guys. You guys are awesome, man. But I just want to say, do you think Alexa's gonna fight Asuka they're talking like what do you say? Not SummerSlam, but WrestleMania. You think that's a possibility?
I hope so, but I wouldn't bank on her winning the Royal Rumble. So,
dude, wouldn't that be so cool to win her sixth title?
I don't know if you noticed, she don't even talk about that anymore. She just calls them toys.
No, it would not.
No?
Yeah.
It would not be cool.
Mike?
Yeah, it wouldn't for us.
It would be the opposite of cool.
Man.
It would be
Mike, it would be heavenly.
The biggest place fish. You would.
No, not. We're going the wrong direction. No.
Oh boy, we're having overload here.
Hey, Vince McMahon, if you're listening, the two greatest bliss bits in the world want her to be a 6-time champion at WrestleMania.
That's right, brother. That's right. By the way, I don't know if you guys heard.
It's nice to dream, Mike. It's nice to dream. It really is.
Someday,
I know.
If only in our dreams.
Hey, a man can dream, can't he?
Yes.
That's what I do every night.
Hey, I got to tell you something funny. I was reading one of the preacher's books. Last Tuesday I couldn't get with you. I had revival service. I apologize about that. But Brother McCracken.
How are FTR?
They had me laughing.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
He grew up in Kentucky. In Kentucky in the 60s. And he was telling me about all the stuff that happened. And they didn't have takeout. He explained in his book, we didn't have takeout. We had take it or leave it. If my mom made a meal, you take it or you leave it.
Wow.
And I was thinking, whoa, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And then he was playing darts. Do you remember the dart game? Do you remember the game we used to play? Do you guys remember the old dart game we used to have? We used to play darts. With the real darts, not the plastic kind.
You mean like they have in a bar? Like that?
Yeah, the real pointed darts and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, he was playing in the room. His mom went.
In the room, he owes me $20. Now I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Well, his mom went grocery shopping, and they were all big brothers and stuff in the house. They didn't have any sisters, he said. And they were playing darts, and they used his brother as a shield. And he stood at the door and became the dartboard. So they were throwing it between his legs, around his arms, and through his head. And they said he heard his mom pull up in the driveway, and as he threw the last dart, it stuck in his little brother's forehead, and there was a little blood coming out.
Lucky he didn't lose his eye.
Mom, he ran out. The whole story is about sometimes you get caught with your hands in the cookie jar, you know. And he said, "Boy, did we get caught with our hands in the cookie jar. My mom almost killed us, you know."
I hear you, brother.
But those were good times. I remember, Malcolm and I used to play Nerf football in the living room. And when Mom and Dad were gone, they said, "Don't break any lamps or anything." And sure enough, we almost knocked down the Christmas tree and almost broke a lamp. And you didn't want to get on
Peter Graves from the Airplane movie. He's telling the boy at the cockpit, he'd say, "Jimmy, have you ever been to a gymnasium?"
I had this friend, Matt. I had this friend when I was younger. He used to come over. He's a really heavy dude, and he broke 2 of our couches because you can't get together and watch wrestling without wrestling, especially when you have a neighborhood title to defend. So I put him through couches. We've one time he just innocent enough. He just came in and sat down, and the leg just snapped out. It was the craziest thing with this guy. It's like Shallow Hal, you know. No. Poor guy.
And Brady was banned from having friends forever after that.
Well, you know what I would do is I would prop the wooden leg back up, and then when someone sat on it, they would think that they broke it. You know.
Oh man.
They figured it out because obviously. Go ahead.
I'm going to let you talk to Malcolm. I've talked a little bit too longer here.
No, you're the man, Mike.
I love you guys, man. Happy birthday, Stro. You guys are the man, Brady. You're the man too, Stro.
I love you, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey,
take care of yourself.
Just send it. You got it, buddy. God bless you.
God bless.
God bless you.
He always lifts my spirits. I gotta say. You guys are all like, man, my finger got stuck on that button too. The horns. Oh man!
Oh, you didn't mean to keep mashing it?
No, I did. 914-338-1885. Let's go down to California. No, Las Vegas. No, Indiana. No, South Carolina. South Kakalaki. What's going on, Malcolm? How you doing, brother? Welcome back.
Malcolm.
Oh, that's nice. That's copyrighted, but that's nice.
What are they
we're going to get sued now.
Don't come down and get me.
No, Malcolm, they're going to take our video down.
Oh, my man. He's back here.
Oh, brother.
Okay, I'm done.
Thank you.
You're pumping through. What you got to realize when it's your birthday, every January 26th, is the cream always rises to the top. Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Thank you, Malcolm. Yeah.
Thinking.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Hey, you know what? If you're mad with Papa Stro, come on down. He gets your ass franchise. What you gonna do when Malcolmania runs wild on you, brother?
Oh,
man.
Malcolm.
I just got to wish you a happy birthday. I completely forgot. Adam reminded me tonight. He called you. He said, and I got a birthday card picked out for you, and I'm supposed to meet you sometime next month. I'm going to buy you some sort of either lunch or dinner. That's going to be my present, and I got something else from Hogan's Beach Shop that I ordered for you. It's on
nice.
the way. Also,
thank you.
Christmas
Thank you so much.
present.
I have
I
have a tank top from there.
It's Lance Von Erich's book from what's his name, Vinny in Texas.
Cool.
I just got the autographs from
Cool.
Lance Von Erich. He emailed me the labels that you put in there.
Awesome! Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure you're always good to me. You always take pictures with me at the CAC. You sign stuff for me for nothing. And I'm going to spend this year straightening my credit out. I'm going to spend this year, showing respect to other people other than myself. So that's
there you go, brother.
Matches with Lance Von Erich years ago.
Oh, Lance Von Erich? Really?
Yeah, down Texas. Yeah.
Sweet.
I enjoyed, being in the ring with him. Yeah.
Was he the only Von Erich that you wrestled?
Were you in the ring with all the Von Erichs? Terry and everybody? Kevin?
Well, unfortunately, not all the Von Erichs. I was teaming with Wild Bill Irwin at the time, Black Bart.
I remember Wild Bill Irwin with the big, tall boots.
Yeah, Dano Akbar was managing this and everything, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so those were world-class championship wrestling that Fritz Von Erich, those were his days, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was really cool.
See, Papa Stro, I got to tell you something. Me and Gene Okerlund said one time to Shane Douglas, when I mentioned stuff about him, Malcolm, you know everything. I said, me and Gene, I don't know everything. I said, I know a lot of stuff, but, I'm not going to sit there and say when it comes to knowledge, I'm Mr. Perfect, because I'm not.
You're more like the genius.
No, I'm not the
world-renowned.
Either. I'm just somebody that has always loved the sport
minus
since
poetry.
I was 5 years old. And I
with the frisbees.
Somebody that I really looked up to, Pat Patterson, and Rocky Johnson earlier last year. So I lost both my two original wrestling heroes last year. I think Rocky died in March, and then Pat died either in November or December. I forget when it was, but I was really sad when Pat Patterson died because when I met at the CAC one time with Baron Von Raschke, and I come up to him, and I come up to Pat, and I go, I used to yell this when Pat was on TV when I was a kid, go, Pat, go! Go, Pat, go! And he used to get on the top of the turnbuckle and do this thing where he dropped his knee on the chest, call it the bombs away, and Baron Von Raschke and his wife and Pat Patterson were all laughing. And some people said that Pat Patterson, they didn't like him. Well, I met Pat 3 times, and I thought he was great, just like you, Papa Stro. I don't know if you're not in the Hall of Fame, or if you're not, you should be. Maybe not for wrestling, but just being for an overall nice guy. And Matt Grimm, Maniac Matt, I want to say hello to you. Brady, I love hearing you. That's why I called in tonight, mainly for Papa Stro.
I missed you, brother.
I haven't heard you in a while. Yeah,
and
when you're down in South Carolina, Brady and Matt, I'll buy you guys dinner, man. I swear I will.
Malcolm, as soon as this pandemic's over, that's the first thing I'm doing is hopping in a car and coming to visit you.
Oh, God.
I promise.
I've never met you before, Brady. I'm gonna be.
I know.
You too, Matt. I'm gonna be all excited.
I've been in some Hollywood Hall of Fames in some places, Malcolm, but I'm still waiting for the others. So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna make sure that I get my word in that Papa Stro should be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, I'd be
honored.
honored.
Being a nice guy.
I would love it.
Oh, thank you.
They say that nice guys finish last, but there's a lot of nice guys in this world that they're definitely not finishing last.
They can't all finish last, unless it's a tie.
Tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah. I'm definitely tying for last. So.
The cream.
I just love hearing you guys, man. And
we love you, brother.
The other callers say what they want, but Brady, my favorite. I was thinking about Royal Rumble moments.
Yeah.
I think 1990 was my favorite. One of my other favorites was 1988 when Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the first bout.
Royal
Rumble on
that was
US
a classic.
Network.
Yeah.
88.
One-man gang.
The one that stands out to me was when Roddy Piper and Bad News Brown were going at it in Royal Rumble 90. And Piper threw Bad News out of the ring. And then Bad News came up on top of the mat and clotheslined Piper outside the ring. And instead of Piper getting back in there, they're back in there fighting. And that led to Piper being half black and half white, taking on Bad News at the Sky Dome in Toronto.
Different world. Different world.
Yeah,
they also set up. They also had the stare down between Hogan and Warrior in that match, if you remember. That set up WrestleMania 6 main event.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Hogan, he won his first of 2 Royal Rumbles in a row that year. He won that the next year in 90.
Yeah. 91
91
was the first one that I ordered. The third pay-per-view that I ordered was the first Royal Rumble.
I met this guy 4 times, and he, to me, as far as championships, I think Hogan is the most famous for popularity, but when it comes to championships, no disrespect to John Cena, I'd still like to meet him, but Ric Flair, to me, is the all-time greatest champion. Hogan's a great champion, but Hogan's more popularity as to where Rick is more championship.
And it'll go down. That Royal Rumble match will go down as the greatest ever for years to come.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing.
We're talking about that.
Yeah.
Right? Me and Adam were talking about that, and Adam loves this part. And Bobby Heenan's commentating. Hey, Piper, it's not a skirt. It's a kill. No, why you skirt wearing freak? I laugh.
Oh, man.
Because Bobby Heenan, I only met him once in a wheelchair, but man, did I light him up when I talked to him. He was just, he had throat cancer, but he told me when I met him, he says, Malcolm, come here. He goes, Malcolm,
doing the throat cancer
around in the 80s. I could have turned you into Hulk Hogan's evil twin. I was like,
you sound like Stevie Richards.
Yeah, you should have seen. You should have seen Paul Orndorff and Cowboy Bob Orton, and Piper was laughing. They were all clapping, and Vampiro and Tito Santana was laughing. It was just hilarious. But Papa Stro, I just had to make sure it's your birthday. As far as anything else goes, Mike wants to go to Facebook. I'm building my own website.
There you go.
As Bobby Heenan used to say, I don't need these ham and eggers, or as Jeff Jarrett used to say, these slap nuts.
Call it Malcolm face.
I control
Malcolm
the
face.
my ship. I control the fridge. I train. I stay my prayers. I eat my vitamins.
You're a nut.
Believe in the VOC Nation, Papa Stro, and the whole Armenian brother.
You're a nut. You're a nut.
Yeah.
When you walk into the room at a convention, I'll bet the whole climate changes.
Well,
the temperature probably drops about 20 degrees.
We went to my dad's wake one time, and my dad, my stepmom, asked me when my dad died in 2017 in May. We had the wake about a month after, and I missed my dad's funeral because I was living in Southern California. But when I got up there and they gave me that microphone, that's why I want to be an actor. I said, well, we just lost the greatest World Wrestling Federation champion ever. He's up there, man, upstairs. Gilbert Wildman, what's she gonna do?
Gilbert?
Mania runs wild on you, brother, or something like that, man. I mean,
that's amazing.
We had people from Connecticut.
I bet your family loved it.
Stepmom's family.
Yeah.
And we had my dad's family, my Uncle Dave, my Uncle Jim, and my cousin Curtis, and my cousins Kenny and Gary and Dennis. They were all cracking up when I did that. I mean, Dad's side of the family was all wired, Aunt Nancy, Aunt Rose, but Helen's side of the family is like they were half dead, and there were these old people in the back, and when I yelled like Hulk Hogan, this old man almost fell back off the stair, and I just woke everybody up.
Oh, brother, you were like a jolt of caffeine.
As the Rock would say, what's going on in this world? It doesn't matter to me. What matters is, but I show people respect, and I keep living the way I live, baby. The U.S. Army Patriot of 13 years. That's me.
How's South Carolina life treating you? You liking it down there?
You know what? I'm enjoying it.
Better than Indiana?
Adam, you know what? Nothing against David Arquette. David Maney Arquette said he's still my best friend. But I've got another best friend, and his name is Adam. And I live with him here. I'm not going to announce his whole name, but he's renting this room here.
It's Adam West.
Him and me, we're like Felix and Oscar and the Odd Couple, but we never fight. I cook dinner for us. You know,
that's a video short. We got to get YouTube to get down there and cover that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Adam's an actual wrestler. He's a promoter, you know, and he has a regular job with a local news company. I'm not going to say what, you know, because it's his business. I don't want to give his business away.
Business, baby.
If he gives me permission, I will. But Adam, he's my best friend. We go places together. We've gone to Mormon church services together that he normally goes to. But he's my best friend, man. I don't care.
Mormon? Did you say Mormon?
Does
he have a bunch of wives?
But what's that?
Does he have a bunch of wives? You said Mormon, right?
No. He had a bad situation. He got out of a relationship. I'll just put it like that.
Okay.
And I'm helping him get over it. You know.
I got you.
But he's my bud, man. We're going to do a wrestling show together pretty soon. And
I love it.
He's got way more knowledge about wrestling than I do, and I'm just going to follow him. You know, and I think this is going to be a good show. I mean, he knows more about wrestling. He could forget more about wrestling than I could ever learn. I'll put it that way. You know, so yeah. The guy's just beyond intelligent when it comes to wrestling. You know, it's every nook and it's like I want to go to acting school. I want to be an actor like Adam has knowledge about wrestling. You know, if me and Gene was alive, I'd tell him, you know, there's a guy smarter than me about wrestling. His name is Adam, and he lives in Charleston, South Carolina.
There you go, brother.
Yeah.
There you go. Malcolm, pleasure to talk to you as always, man.
Hey, I missed you, Brady. I
missed you too. I missed you. I was starting to get a complex. Christmas. Yeah, is everything all right?
Yeah, I had problems at Christmas. Yeah. Oh, I spent Christmas with Adam, his mom, and his dad, and his whole family on Christmas Day. It was.
I bet they loved it.
They're such nice people, man. Yeah. His dad, Adam, and his dad are huge Clemson Tiger fans, and I felt bad for him when they lost because. He gets as wound up about the Clemson Tigers as I do.
They dress up like tigers?
Raiders. Well, he got this real cool jacket that has the Clemson Tigers.
Gotcha.
I was telling him if Jimmy Hart was around, Jimmy Hart would love his jacket, man, because it's stylish, you know. It's like Ric Flair, styling and profiling, you know.
I love it, brother.
Right.
What do you think about what Ric Flair's doing right now with Lacey Evans?
You know, Ric Flair is a human being, and
he is.
Ric Flair wants to do, that's Ric Flair's business. If Ric's listening, Ric, the only thing about you is I'm a wrestling fan, and thank you for the great matches, and thank you for the moments that you created, you know, for me as a wrestling fan. That's the only way I'm going to acknowledge you. What you do in your private life is your business. Any wrestler that hears me tonight, Kurt Angle, John Cena, what you do at home is your business.
What if you do it on TV, though?
I'm going to tell every wrestler, I am a wrestling fan. I am not a wrestler. I'm not an actor yet. I want to go to school. And when school's open up, man, I tell everybody in Hollywood, you better be looking over your shoulder because I ain't playing around. I definitely want some scripts, man. So, yeah.
All right, brother.
You can sit around and you can say, I want to do something. You know, I'm 57, Brady. I still want to go skydiving just one time. 50,000, 45,000 feet, jump out of that plane, see what it feels like one time. And if I'm landing, if I'm in midair, I'm going to go, well, what's it going to do when Malcolm Mania drops down 45,000 feet on you, brother?
You ought to skydive and land on your elbow. Be amazing.
No, I want to land on my feet.
Man.
Well, yeah, but you're using a parachute, but just come down on your elbow, land on somebody. Or do the axe handle.
I just want to. I didn't get to do it. Hulk Hogan asked me like 2 years and 3 months ago in October. He says, "Is there anything you didn't get to do in the Army?" And I said, "I wanted to go airborne." They wouldn't let me. I want to jump out of a plane so bad. and just shoot out and just be like 45,000 feet in the air.
Not afraid of heights?
No, I'm not. I was a wireman. I got to Fort Gordon, Georgia in September of '82. We had signal pole training, wireman training. I had to climb a telephone pole 18 feet off the ground. I fell down. I didn't hold my gas, at a 45-degree angle. I was trying to tie a wire line, and I went straight.
Oh, shoot.
Straight down, and I went straight down 18 feet, just bounced up like nothing happened.
Like a scaffolding match. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Brady, a wrestler, Braun Strowman, he could pound on me. I'm getting up, Braun. I'm not going to do anything to you, but I'm getting up, man. Roddy Piper said, "You're tough as nails, Malcolm." Chopped me in the chest and put the sleeper hold on me. You can knock me down, but I'm getting back up, man.
Well, it's like Mike Tyson used to say, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, I met Mike Tyson.
Right.
So reunion 2011, January.
Yeah.
We're at the Westin Hotel. Mike's agent goes, "Malcolm, Mike thinks you are the coolest wrestling and sports fan he's ever met in his life." I mean, and I was going to meet Shane Douglas after that. And me and Shane had a crazy hat on. And me and Shane were talking about, I just met Mike Tyson, and Shane's all fired up for me. So, yeah.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, Brady, I just had to address you and Maniac Matt. Maniac Matt, brother, running wild on the VOC Nation on Tuesday nights, man. Look out.
I'm begging off right now.
Yeah.
You're the man, Malcolm. Malcolm, I'm going to put you back on hold, Malcolm, because we got to take a commercial break. We're going to get that out of the way, and hopefully we'll be done with them for the evening. There might be one more, but I'm thinking we might be it. So I will stick around, and I'll come back to you. But 914-338. You're the man, dude. 914-338-1885. It's in the room on the VOC Nation Radio Network, and we will be right back.
This is Matt Hardy, and you are listening to the VOC Nation.
Rock and Roll Union for the past 2 years has been the place for rock and roll, new rock and roll, debuting rock and roll, and some of the old classics as well. We have welcomed guests from around the world, national artists, and more. We have excited many people by our live events. We've welcomed everybody into the fold, and we continue to do so on a weekly basis. Guys, that is Rock and Roll Union, and that is what we do for you.
Saturdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, VOCNation.com.
Since 2012, HIAC Talk Radio has been bringing you the best of independent wrestling and wrestling on the worldwide scale, with interviews and other segments now featuring the Wrestling Historian with Craig Ligon every Thursday night at 6 p.m. at VOCNation.com, or go to your Android or iPhone and type in VOC Nation Radio Network and subscribe to the greatest wrestling podcast network in the world. Listen to HIAC Wrestling Podcast today.
VOC Nation provides live daily streaming shows where fans have the ability to interact with the hosts and guests by phone call, email, and Twitter. VOC Nation hosts include the legendary Ken Resnick, who you probably remember from the AWA and WWE, former WCW performer The Maestro, Wes Brisco, who you probably remember from Impact, Brady Hicks, who you remember from Pro Wrestling Illustrated, former WWE and TNA star Shelly Martinez, and former Philly radio personality Bruce Wirt. What are you waiting for? Go listen live right now at VOCNation.com and subscribe to all of our podcasts by searching for VOC Nation Radio Network on your favorite podcast app. Oh, and follow them on Twitter too, at VOC Nation.
The worldwide leader in entertainment. This is the VOC Nation Radio Network.
All right, 914-338-1885. It's in the room on the VOC Nation Radio Network at VOCNation.com. And we are also up on YouTube. If you go to YouTube, just search VOC Nation, and you'll be able to find In the Room each and every week right on there. Be able to see our pretty faces. Myself, I got Stro Maestro with us. Ray Bogus joining us as well. And tonight, guys, we are talking Royal Rumble memories. Lots of fun stuff there. By the way, lots of tech issues in the back end, so I apologize for any dead air or anything like that. But we're done taking commercial breaks now. So we will be good to go straight through Unless I get tired of talking to you guys. 914-338-1885. I'm only playing. Of course, I never get tired of talking to them, Ray. Not even for a second would I even think that at all, ever.
Well, no, we love our callers.
Not one.
We love our callers. Even the ones that call in, we love them. So it's it's a part of the show that we love doing. But you men were talking Royal Rumble.
Yes, we were.
And
we men were.
And off air is
men were.
Off air
men were.
Men were. Manuel.
Mentor. Sorry.
Ooh, Mantar. That'd be. You want to talk about a guy, and that maybe that might be the next segment. But you guys were talking about sort of like your cool sort of Rumble moments, and when off the air we were kind of talking about what you guys had said, and the ones that have been mentioned, those are good. But I have two for you.
Okay.
I don't remember. I believe it was 94. It's like 93, 94. The Backland Marathon.
93. Yes.
Is that okay?
I was so disappointed because he beat Ric Flair's record.
Well, see, for me, that's like, that one's so cool because that's like the first truly like long Rumble run. And like, it's like knowing the history, it's cool to see and it's cool to go back and watch.
Yeah.
I would say the other one that didn't get brought up that we might want to have. How about Mr. Perfect about 2008?
I'm trying to remember. In 2008? No. 90.
No. Remember, he had that last.
He was dead.
He had that last run right at the end. Was it 98?
98, maybe. 2008, he was gone. I don't remember that. 2002, maybe?
Mr. Perfect.
Wait, like when he came back, like before he passed away, like then? Before the flight from hell, when he got fired for wrestling Brock Lesnar, and the safety door almost opened. Yeah,
2002. I don't know why I said 2008.
That's okay. Yeah,
2002. I think that one's probably on the list.
Why that run was special to me was because he had always like literally been like perfect in WWF. And in 2002, they started introducing it where he had to cheat behind the scenes in order to stay perfect. He would walk up and kick the ball in for the home run, or for the hole in one, like that was the kind of stuff that he was doing back then. It was truly memorable.
Well, see, it's something we get today that we didn't necessarily. Something we get back then that we don't necessarily get today. Let me get that phrase right.
Yeah.
That's called character development. Because nothing against Roman Reigns. I actually like I think he's got there's plenty of good things about.
It's a bad example because he actually has character development now.
Okay, so maybe a better example. I'll give you a great example.
Okay.
For a long time, and he's since developed, but for a long time, how about John Cena? There was no character development there.
Yeah.
He was big and bad, and he was going to beat you. And then he was big and bad, and he was going to beat you. I'll tell you maybe one that's a little bit more contemporary is Braun Strowman. He's really big, and he's really big and hairy, and doesn't look like he knows what shampoo is, which is amazing because they make good money. Like, he should not be greasy the way that he is. He can't.
I never really noticed the texture of his hair.
So I noticed that with a lot of WWE wrestlers. Like, I don't know if there's like a big oil machine that they're running through. Stro is laughing at me like I'm just some idiot.
We're a long way removed from Booker T getting the Japanese shampoo commercial. So,
like I don't know. Maybe that's like a Triple H thing. Like everybody has to run through the big baby oil waterfall, and then so they all come out looking like the shower pressure is a little low at the hotel.
Yes.
But
I love it. Let's go.
Oh, man.
We're going to kick it to Justin. It's been a while since Justin has been on the air. He formerly retired from wrestling to go do ghost hunting full time. But we're so happy to have him back.
So this is kind of like
Justin?
this is kind of like a
Oh, hey, what's up?
this is like a Royal Rumble return.
It is, yeah. It's unannounced. This is like when this is like when Savio Vega gets eliminated and then Quang comes out on the next end. What's going on, Justin? How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing.
You're so quiet. You all right?
I'm doing all right, I guess.
Get the energy up. Come on.
I'll say this: the last 3 weeks or so, I've been going through a lot with my grandfather. He's been in the hospital, and hearing from my family back home up north saying that he has to get surgery in his leg, and now he has
surgery in his leg or on his leg?
He has to get surgery on his leg.
On his leg, okay.
Because of his, and then he has to do surgery on his heart because his heart and all that.
Okay.
It's just like one thing or another, and it's like.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all good. I don't need no prayers. I don't need no prayers from you guys or anything, but it's cool.
Oh, okay.
But,
okay. You don't need them, or you don't want them?
Nah, I don't want them.
You don't want them. Okay.
I was talking to my grandfather.
Are we allowed to do thoughts?
Yeah, you guys can thought. You guys.
It's like thoughts and prayers, like Tony Danza would say. Thoughts and prayers.
But I was talking to his girlfriend today.
Your grandfather's girlfriend?
Yeah, my grandfather's girlfriend. I
mentioned
to her, I said the reason why I made all these calls and I told my parents and my family is because I care about them and I don't want to see my grandfather die because
Sure.
We have we always had a bond that we were like. It was almost like I don't know if you guys watched it was Viva Bam, where Bam would always mess with his uncle Don Vito. That was almost like me and my grandfather when we would go fishing. I'd mess with him. I'd pull his rod out of the water. I'd fuck with him so much. So back to the story where I was talking to his girlfriend. I said to her as I hope my grandfather will pull through this because I know he's not doing too well.
Mm-hmm.
And she basically had the nerve to say to me on the phone with my mom standing next to me, which is her father. She said to me, I said, I know my grandfather will pull through this because he's been through a lot. And she said, well, you know what, Justin? I hope he dies. And I said to her, I said, you know what? I said, you're a selfish person, and you're a self-centered piece of shit. Don't ever call me again.
Okay.
But other than that, I've been just minding my own business, and I know your next question is going to be, did I check out the pay-per-view that was today? I actually checked it out, and it was fairly interesting. And
there was a pay-per-view today?
There was. was something to do with Superstars or with India or something like that. You guys might have saw it, but I saw it. It was 9:30 to 11 or so.
Okay. Yeah, you actually couldn't have been more wrong. I was going to ask you why it sounds like you have a frog in your throat. Like, were you crying? You almost sound like Stu Hart.
I tell you this, I've just been keeping to myself, and all my paranormal friends, they know what I've been going through. Because I tell them everything, and I've been minding my own business, and I'm just
I got you.
It's just where a couple of years ago, I lost my uncle. He was my best friend, just like my grandfather. And I don't want that to happen again. And I know all these doctors are going to try their best.
No, it sounds like you've been keeping busy.
But I've just been minding my own business. I've been trying to call in. But I've been like, do I really want to call in? Yeah, I've been hearing.
I'm so glad you decided to.
I'm not doing too well. And then I heard the recent passing of Pork Chop Johnson from CPW. No, from the wrestling show that I used to watch him wrestle at. He passed.
Oh, okay.
Just been distraught, and I saw
Pork Chop Johnson.
See, I would go deep fried pork chop. Like I would if I were Pork Chop Hicks, I would go deep fried Pork Chop Hicks.
So what about pork chops and applesauce?
I'm sure
like, can we get some of those?
That could be a good tag team.
Ooh.
But yeah, I saw all that stuff on your show. I listened to it here and there. And
well, we missed having you, brother.
Yeah, we're honored.
This is absolutely.
Time out of your ghost
happy
hunting.
birthday. Hey,
No, thank you.
Birthday.
Thank you so much.
And,
thank you so much.
Thank you. And maybe a week ago, posted on my timeline. I didn't ignore it, but I saw it. And I said thanks. I appreciate it. Honestly, Stro, there's no. I definitely. Me and you were all good. I'm just going through a tough time. And, it'll be a little while before I start calling back regularly. Nothing wrong.
Well, I hope you start to feel better, and I will think of your grandfather, and hopefully he will get better as well.
Yeah, but we won't pray for him because you told us not to.
Absolutely.
No, we will absolutely not pray for your grandfather in any way.
I would definitely pray for your grandfather if he was on his deathbed. But other than that, that's about it.
But not your grandfather.
I'm being as nice. No, I was saying the right. I'd pray for his, but I'm being as nice as I can. But other than that,
I got you, brother.
You told us not to pray for him.
Right? Yeah. No.
Okay. Just making sure.
Justin, all the best, man.
No, the only reason why I say. I don't want you guys to pray. I don't believe in prayers. I believe in that which in time will come.
All right. Well, we'll pray for you, brother.
Yeah, man. You too.
All right. See you, man. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, or don't.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
So anyway, back to Royal Rumble talk, guys. We got we got an exciting pay-per-view coming up.
Yeah, we do.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Justin's comeback. We've got maybe that could be what we talk about. What would be some long lost wrestlers or gimmicks of yore, obviously other than the Maestro, that we would like to see make a return at the Royal Rumble?
Oh, like an interesting guest spot. That would be cool. But they're not going to get a job like MVP.
Well, no, not everybody can be an above average, but not particularly entertaining wrestler.
But when Ratboy told me that MVP was going to get signed, I was like, you are nuts, man. But here he is.
Yeah, here he is, still doing whatever it is that he does there. I'm going to talk about a guy that's just the gimmick has outlived itself, man. It really has.
Well, listen, I don't normally cut in like this, but we actually have somebody very exciting on the line, and I think the energy is about to pick up at least threefold as we bring on the founder of the VOC Nation, or VOC Wrestling Nation Radio Network, the voice of choice. What's going on?
This is
I feel like we just Zoomed like the other day.
This is the value of
Bruce.
video.
How you doing, brother?
How you doing? Look, he's on. He's on.
I just finished recording Wrestling with History with Bill Apter and Ken Resnick. And the only reason I wanted to come on was because I knew it was Stro's birthday, and I wanted to personally wish him a happy birthday. Worldwide.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. That's really
look at all those action figures back there, man. This guy's a collect. Where's the yellow ring?
Yellow ring is that is the Hasbro King of the Ring version, WWF ring circa 1991, maybe. And you got LJN on the left, Jackson in the middle. So don't rob me. They're not worth that much. They're out of the box. I mean, maybe you get a couple $100. Yeah,
that's impressive.
I just have a couple of Alexa Bliss figures, so I'm good.
Well, as long as they've been assembled correctly, Brady.
All good, baby.
It's all good, baby.
Oh, good. Oh, look, Hulk Hogan's on.
So can we bill this as a Hulk Hogan appearance?
I suppose so.
And,
I was thinking
Jimmy got Jimmy Harted into the deal.
Oh.
Eric Bischoff says that about Jimmy Hart. If Hogan's there, Jimmy Hart is part of the deal.
Yeah, didn't Jimmy turn on him? Why is he still coming out with him? Bruce, I was thinking, you guys record on Tuesdays a lot of the time, and we do as well. Maybe we should do a great big panel type show sometime. Find an interesting discussion and really get at it. I think it could be good for the listeners.
Maybe a post-wrestle. I think you're onto something. WrestleMania type show.
Yeah, a super show. Get all these faces.
After you see Goldberg versus Edge in the main event,
oh God,
to not break bones and spray.
They better not. They better not. Oh.
Listen,
I
said it on my show. I won't intrude on your show, but I do think there's at least a 20% chance that in the Final Four of the Royal Rumble, after this $1 billion deal with NBC, they need to make a splash. CM Punk makes a triumphant return to the WWE. What do you think?
That would be something.
I know he was a Fox guy, but that would be interesting.
That would definitely be a thing. I got to tell you, Bruce, I'm happy to take the other side of this wager with you. For funsies, because I don't want my information floating around out there. That's why my picture's not up. Just enough plausible deniability, because I'm on the less professional of the two shows. But I'm willing to take this action.
What?
Okay. We got it. Brady,
there you go.
What is with you had DJ who was afraid to even have his name out there in public. He was just DJ, and now Ray is in the witness protection program too. Where do you find these people?
It's all these teachers. They're all teachers. Come on, you know what? I don't get it.
Yeah.
People say to me, why don't I get signed by WWE? Because I've been doing this for the last 12 years, and they could look up anything that I've ever said or done with my face attached to it.
Well, that's why I had
horrible.
I had to delete all the old shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's just it, is that if I decide I want to change jobs, I can't just hit Brady up and say, hey, if I need you to delete a lot of things very quickly.
No, that happened. That was a real life experience for me. I I've been in this job for 5 years, but 5 years ago, I said, Brady, I need you to take down anything that I've ever said on.
And we had it all up there. So I take it you don't want me to play Albert's theme right now. Is that how I?
Listen, it was endorsed by Albert. Okay. Let's leave it at that.
We play it on Cinco de Mayo every year, so as a tribute.
I want Albert back. I've been trying to get Albert back on VOC.
Me too. I think the key is Amber O'Neil. We got to work her.
I don't even know.
Then we'll get him. I don't even know.
He said he doesn't watch wrestling anymore. He said he hasn't watched since March, and Amber is willing to do a show. That's a big announcement. We will get Amber O'Neil to do a podcast. She's interested.
Cool.
She will do a podcast. But we want others. We need more hosts. Stro, find us somebody that was on TV, that has a lot to say, that wants to have some fun, and doesn't need to make $1 million because the budget here.
And just wants to be here and nowhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Brady saw my website, though. We're overhauling the website, and that's going to eat up a lot of the VOC Nation finances.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'll let you go. Thank you for letting me pop in. Happy birthday, Stro. If you listen to Wrestling with History, Bill Apter actually raps a happy birthday song for you. So.
Oh, sweet. We'll be sure to check that out.
Thank you. Not to listen, right?
Thank you so much.
All right.
Voice of choice,
guys. Have a good rest of your show.
Later, Bruce.
There you go. There's the reason for the season, I guess you'd say. The founder of VOC Nation. Kind of cutting the line there, but it's okay.
Well, that's okay. Okay. So speaking of surprise guest appearances.
I was going to say, speaking of Quang, go ahead. Big Quang fan.
Speaking of surprise guest appearances, I've got a couple that might be known. Okay. You know, the thing is, I mean, like of big names that are going to be like a lot of the big names that I would be excited about are either dead or like way too old to be showing up. Like, I mean, I would love an Iron Sheik appearance, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure he could get down the ramp to the ring. So, you know that kind of stuff is out. But if you reach into the
is that what Bobby Heenan said? By the time he'd get down to the ring, it'd be the next WrestleMania in commentary at that time. Mean Gene.
Yes.
Is that what he said about Iron Sheik?
Yeah.
Yes. And remember, it's been some time since then. So.
Yeah, it was like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while. So
2001.
Yeah. So if you reach, wow, exactly. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
If you reach into the B deck, you kind of go back a little bit. I got a couple for you.
I got some more. I'll add to it. Go ahead.
All right. So I got how about the Mantar? Making an appearance.
Mantar.
Yeah.
Mantar could make it. Now, frequent non sequitur reference on this show. How about a Max Moon appearance?
Yes.
Max Moon.
But not Conan.
No, like imposter Max Moon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Imposter Max Moon could show up. Now, how about this one? A little more recently.
Okay.
You invite him back to the kennel. You get a JTG appearance.
Oh boy. Is he still on the roster?
Oh wow.
No, remember they cut him.
Oh, that's right.
Remember they cut it
out. Yeah.
They cut it. We actually, I think we did a whole segment on the show about it because
I think we did.
Funny.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
But yeah, you invite him back to the kennel. You know, get some kibble, get a match in.
I love it.
I love it. All right, add to the list, Brady. I don't want to take everybody's thunder. Add to the list.
Sure thing, and then we'll get Granny on, but let me just throw a couple more names out there. Let's go back to 1990 and reintroduce the WWE audience to what it's been missing. Battle Cat making his return.
Battle Cat.
Big Battle Cat fan. Know nothing about this guy, Stro. I literally, every once in a while, I'll Wikipedia him, or I mean to Wikipedia him, I should say, just to figure out who the hell he was, because I never even found out who he was. But I was a huge Battle Cat fan back in the day.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Here's another one. You know, go back a little further. I understand he still does independent shows, and it would be perfect with the new PC image that WWE projects. Let's bring back Akeem the African Dream.
Hey.
Yes,
We do Akeem.
the music and everything.
All right, now my memory got jarred. And this is another frequent reference on this show.
Mm-hmm.
I think the WWE is ready for the return of Papa Shango.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he hasn't done that in forever.
I know.
And extra bonus if he would take one of the Godfather's hose and make her spit out black.
Yes.
Oh,
that would be amazing.
Now, to make room for all this talent coming in, we got to get rid of somebody from the Legends show recently, Ray. I propose the Boogeyman needs time off from WWE. I'm tired of him at every show.
Well, first, I don't necessarily think that these people need to stay around for more than the Rumble. Let's face it. The current WWE creative would not maximize the talent of Mantar. They wouldn't, not even for a second. Not even for a second. So, I don't necessarily think they have to stick around, but anytime you want to get rid of the Boogeyman, I think that's probably fine. You got to stop spilling, Brady. You got to stop. You got to stop
Ain't
spilling
my fault.
like that.
I got one for the.
Ain't my fault.
Rumble.
All right.
What about Jazz, man? What about Jazz?
Yeah. No, she's been doing Impact, I think. I guess they have a deal going with her. I'm sorry, WWE has a deal with Impact, so maybe they could let that happen. That would be interesting.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
That would.
Yeah, was she in the first women's one? When they brought back all those legends?
I thought she was.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
She may have been.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Yeah, I've always been a Jazz fan.
Help us out, yeah.
I've always been a Jazz fan.
How about long-time VOC Nation commercial break bumper, D'Lo Brown?
Oh,
again, I think it's Impact, but yeah, he'd be fun.
He'd be fun for like one night.
Yeah. No, I would definitely take that. Interesting story with D'Lo. Obviously, he was involved in that tragic match with Droz, where he paralyzed him, and obviously accidents happen in wrestling. Do you know D'Lo Brown had a favorite pair of socks? He's a huge Chicago Bears fan. And he had a favorite pair of socks that he would always wear before his match. I guess he would wear them with his matches. And do you know, in the 90s, there was only one match that he did not bring those socks to the arena by accident.
Really?
And it was against Droz. Yep. Isn't that creepy?
Wow. What about El Matador?
Yes. Not Tito. Got to do El Matador. I remember we had Tito on the show years ago, and he told me, and I have no idea if this is true, Stro. I mean, I've heard it from other people, but it just doesn't seem to me to be realistic, that when all the big guys left WWF, when they lost Hogan and Savage, and the huge exodus to WCW, they were looking at their roster and trying to figure out who to make a star out of. And it came down to Bret Hart and Tito Santana. And after a lot of deliberation, they went with Bret. But there was actually a video, and I saw it on YouTube. The Undertaker's first pinfall loss in WWF was actually in a singles match, one-on-one against Tito Santana, El Matador, in, I think it was in Barcelona.
Oh, wow.
Insane. But he pinned him cleanly. Flying burrito, whatever Bobby Heenan would call it. 1, 2, 3. Undertaker out. And it's on YouTube. You can
Wow.
find this, Ray. It's amazing.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Speaking of what would be amazing, not that this would necessarily be safe for everyone.
Is this bringing on Granny? Is that what you were thinking?
Okay, how about we bring on Granny after I say what if? Now, you want to talk about 1,000,000 to 1 shot. How about New Jack at the Royal Rumble?
That'd be amazing.
That would be amazing.
I would fear for people there.
Oh yeah. Totally.
He did an independent show. First of all, I did an independent show with him, a commentary gig, and he's swinging his taser around like he's the big boss man with the nightstick. I swear to God, he almost got me about 4 times. I'm like terrified of this guy. You got Rat Boy prodding him at conventions, trying to get him to come over. It's like, I've seen this guy go after independent talent because he didn't think that they didn't do what he thought they should. I shouldn't even be talking about him, Stro, right now because I'm within the radius where he could come get me. I got to be careful.
Oh, man.
I love New Jack. Great idea, Ray. I'm on board.
How you doing, Granny?
What is up, Granny? What was that?
I'm good.
How you doing?
Happy
You all right?
birthday, Stro.
Thank you so much,
Yep.
Granny. Appreciate it. Love you, Granny.
Love you too. So.
I feel bad, Stro, because like other networks have actually devoted whole shows to giving you a birthday show, and I plumb forgot it was your birthday, even though I said happy birthday today on Facebook. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
What's the word on the street, Granny?
Oh, nothing much. I just, hanging out, listening to the show tonight. So it was good to hear Bruce on the show. So
it's always great to hear from Bruce. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bruce is a lovable guy.
I miss Wrestling with History. I mean, I know they're pre-recording their shows and stuff, but
you miss the
I
interaction
when they did their shows live. So
yeah. Well, I think they just got tired of
Bill Apter now, especially since they have Bill Apter on there now. That's pretty awesome.
And it's like, I don't know, like, I think a lot of the callers would call in and say the same thing every week, and I think it's just like, it got to be where they wanted to try and do something different than what we were doing, since we were doing this before them.
That's understandable. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Of course, Bruce was taking callers before I was, so technically. I mean, yeah, I don't know, Granny. I think they just needed a change. They needed Bill to be able to talk without anybody interrupting him.
That's true. Very true. So
yeah.
No, we had a good weekend. Saturday was Anthony's birthday, and we took him to Wrestling for a Cause for his birthday over in Owasso, and we spent the night after the show. And I made a poster up for him and got a couple birthday cards for him. And the promoter, the guy that owns Wrestling for a Cause, he's always loved Anthony. He treats him like his kid brother, He's always treated us like family, and they gave him a free T-shirt and a free ticket to the show, and so they brought him out. They had him come up by the ring at intermission, and they gave him his birthday cards and his shirt and poster and stuff. I had decorated a poster for him, and it was funny. We were going over there to Owasso, and he says, "Mom, what's that red poster board for?" And I said, "This is something I got to use for mid-year convention coming up." And he says, "Mother, I may be blonde, but I'm not stupid." And then we went to go check in the motel and hang out at the motel for a little bit before the show, and because I wanted to do like a little party for him, but so many of the guys are on meal planning thing, and I didn't want to screw up with their diets and stuff, that they're doing. So we just went and got some lunch and went back to the motel to hang out for a little bit. And we were coming back, and Anthony says, "Mom, where's that red poster board at?" And I said, "Oh, Tim messaged me, and he said he needed to have a red poster board." So I told him he could have the one I had, and I'll get another one. He says, Mother, he says, I don't believe that. I know what you're doing. I said, no, you don't know what I'm doing. You have no clue what I'm doing. But he figured it out. But it was fun. I mean, he had a good time. And Ray, you might enjoy this. I know Stro probably would enjoy hearing this. But we had Anthony, he has his little service dog, Mysterio, and we had Mysterio with us at the wrestling show, and he was barking at all the bad guys and growling at all the bad guys during the show.
Oh man, that's a rocking good time, Granny. I'm glad you had such a fabulous time at Causative Wrestling.
And that call is exactly why people need to check out VOC Nation on YouTube. It's specifically in the room. Because there's so much you miss as the conversation's going on. Oh, Granny. Oh, Granny. So wrestling with a cause was good?
Everything's good. Yeah.
That's really smart, like the way they did the play with words. Like, I know people that aren't very creative that would just call that, like, wrestling just because, And it's like the same idea, but it just wouldn't work.
What about
wrestling for a cause? It has a it has a purpose. I mean, this organization.
They could call it wrestling with a purpose, and they don't.
2011.
Yeah.
Well, wrestling for a cause. It all started for a little boy by the name of Ryder Jack in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
yeah. And
sounds like an NXT guy now.
Childhood cancer.
Yeah. Okay.
He was diagnosed with childhood cancer. And
which kind?
We lost Ryder in 2000 and
where'd they lose him?
14 or 15, I think. Ryder passed.
Mm-hmm.
But this organization has raised thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for children and their families.
That is really great.
I mean, and
okay, now do the children have to have cancer to get the money?
Helping with it.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Granny. Go ahead.
But I mean, I have met so many amazing kids and their parents and their families through this organization. I mean, I help pick up. I mean, what I do is there's a guy in Fayetteville, Arkansas that prints the T-shirts for Tim's shows.
Okay.
And because I live in Springdale, I pick up the shirts for Tim, and then he gives me a discounted price on our tickets. Because I pick up the shirts for him. I kind of volunteer my time, and help with it. And I bring stuff for the auction and the raffles that they do, and I just do different things. So I mean, it's a lot of fun for us, So.
Now, what if instead of that, Brady? What if we put like giant bear claws on all the wrestlers, and then it was wrestling with some claws?
Well, are they like the ice cream kind, or like the bear claw, like the actual bear claw?
Well, I think it could be. I think it could be the pastry kind. I think it could be like just giant,
exactly,
cinnamon buns.
That'd be amazing.
Yes,
I love bear claws.
Oh, who doesn't?
Yeah.
We should do a pastry Royal Rumble.
Hey, Stro.
I would like that.
Stro.
So would I.
Yes, Granny.
If you ever make it to Arkansas to come see a wrestling show, once we get our wrestling shows going up again in Arkansas, I have got to take you to a restaurant in Fayetteville. It is called the Black Bear Diner.
No.
I had a friend who was a black bear.
Like
different kind.
Wooden, they've got pictures of bears and their booze are
bears
made out of wood. And I mean, they have
that's so cool.
The Chicago Bears.
When you said you love
people bears.
Bear claws.
Oh, you mean the animal?
No, they like the animal, like a.
I thought you meant like the people, like bears.
Are. Well, no, this is black bear, like an animal. Anyways, there is a item that they have on their breakfast menu, and I tried it the other day, and it was really, really good. It was called stuffed blackberry French toast, and what it is they have a blackberry bear claw, that they put in batter and they grill it and they serve it with fresh fruit. And it is absolutely delicious. If you
Sounds
love
great.
blackberry, you would love it. Well, you would love this.
Oh, God.
So
Like blackberry.
if you ever make it to Arkansas, I will take you to Black Bear Diner for breakfast. You could try that.
Please, we have to do that. That's amazing. Thank you, Granny. That's awesome.
You actually reminded me, Granny.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm actually, for the YouTube followers right now, if you guys go to VOCNation.com, if you go to YouTube and search VOC Nation, I'm actually showing them, Granny, the teddy bear that I've had since I was 2 years old. And he's gone with me everywhere I've ever lived. He's fallen apart, but I love my little Snowball. He's adorable.
Now, is that like from a competitor? Like, could he be like the mascot for the White Bear Diner? And if so, do we have some sort of like racial bear war happening in the food industry?
I mean, I suppose it's always possible.
I never even knew this restaurant existed until they opened one in Fayetteville, Arkansas, Ray. I mean, I've actually never heard of this restaurant, but they've really got good food.
Sounds really good.
Oh yeah, it's. I've eaten at the Black Bear Diner.
And if you like taco salads, oh my gosh, we went there because we had some coupons.
Are they cost?
For I had won some coupons for for free food. I had $30 worth of coupons, and they have this taco salad that is big enough that two people could share the taco salad. I mean, my husband got the taco salad. He had enough left for 2 more meals. That taco salad was so big. I mean, they give you very large portions of food.
Yum.
It's really good.
Yeah. So Brady, you're getting a sponsorship check.
Now I'm really hungry
for this, right?
I would hope so.
All right.
You know what's funny? It's a sign, and I'm not saying Granny's doing this, Stro, but you know this as well as anybody from the wrestling business. It's a sign of you making it when people call into your show to directly plug their product. Now, that's not what Granny's doing here, obviously. She's talking about this business that she loves.
She's just talking about somebody else's
that's totally
product.
different. Right, but we got this promoter who would always, an NWA promoter, and he used to call us, Stro, all the time just to run down the lineup. And I'm thinking, wow, we made it, that this guy thinks that he's going to increase his audience just by calling our show unannounced to plug his show. But it happens.
Was he the guy? Was he the guy with the name that sounded like a pasta?
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. You could probably say it. I don't think it.
No, I don't remember it. I just remember the last name sounded like. There was a
NWA dog. Zirconium. Lawrence Zirconium. But that wasn't his real name. I forget what his real name
Cubic
is.
Cubic Zirconium.
He used to call in all the time to plug his shows. Yes. But that's not his real name. That's like his Facebook name.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Granny, but it was great to talk to you. Happy birthday to your son. And, oh, shoot, I didn't mean to. Sorry about that. It was great to talk to you, Granny.
Been good talking to you all, too. And have a good rest of the week. So
Love you.
Love you, Granny.
Bye, Granny.
Love you, too.
Deuces.
Good night.
See ya.
Toodles.
Skadoodles.
Stro, I would just start starving yourself now. That way you can really enjoy.
I'm telling you.
Black Bear?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I didn't realize that there was a thing.
Man, my goodness.
Black bears against white bears. I had no idea.
Neither have I. I got to tell you, I'm kind of on Team Snowball here. He is adorable.
Graphic channel again.
He is adorable.
90 seconds.
My dad won him for me at a carnival when I was 2 years old. It was like one of those.
Cool.
I think it was a dart game or something like that.
Oh, with the balloons.
But I've had it. You cannot. you cannot spend 50 cents at a carnival anymore and get a prize as adorable as this.
No.
And I still have it 40 years later.
He still looks in good shape, yeah.
Well, you know what? He did have to have surgery once. My mom,
60 seconds.
We threw him in the washer, and he turned into like a Beanie Baby almost. So we had to we called it surgery. My grandmother cut him open and removed all the stuff and put in a different kind of filling. And he's been great ever since. He's got a little scar. Well, I shouldn't show you where his crotch is, but he's got a scar down there. So
we need to make an incision. Guess where?
Oh, man.
Probably figured that's where I would least likely to go. So
that is good. And, we're in the overtime segment now.
We are. And we still have 2 callers, which is great. Guys, hang tight. I plan on getting both of you on in short order as well. But it's the show has definitely flowed a lot better tonight. I'm much happier about everything.
Oh,
the way it's been.
We almost done that.
Wow. Awesome. Now I wonder. I'm guessing that YouTube can hear us hearing 10 seconds. Like we get the usual Blog Talk Radio prompts because it's like paired lines, Like it's a 3-way call essentially is how we did this. So, oh well.
Now is that appropriate to say in front of Snowball like that, or do we need to be a little bit more careful?
Well, I mean, actually Snowball, he has, and I feel so bad at, if my life were like the movie Toy Story, Ray, I have a number 2 stuffed animal that has accompanied Snowball everywhere, but he's always been far and away my number 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. Like Charlie Haas can retire, and Shelton Benjamin can stay on, but not the other way around. You know what I mean?
No.
Kind of like that. Kind of like that. And I love Charlie Haas, by the way. I'm not taking shots around. I'm just having fun.
Oh, everybody loves Mr. Avocado.
I have a little donkey who is actually probably a version of Eeyore, like a knockoff Eeyore, and he's named Gray. So Snowball and Gray have been best friends. They live on the same shelf. I'll get Gray just because it's his special night.
Because we're introducing it. Now, I got to tell you, I'm probably going to have a soft spot for Gray.
Well, I mean, I think it really worked out perfectly because I'm very similar to Gray in a lot of ways. I'm miserable, and I
think that is
grumpy.
Eeyore.
I think it is, but we called him Gray. He has yarn for a tail, not a nailed on.
Not the little stick thing.
But at least I hope that's a tail. It might not be. I don't know. That kind of looks like what I pulled out of the dog's butt earlier today. That's an interesting placement for that
tail.
Yeah,
but that's. No, I like them. That's a nice little pairing. Yes.
But Eeyore is clearly the number 2. Gray is clearly. I don't even call him the right name. He's clearly the number 2 because it's always been about Snowball my whole life.
That's adorable.
This is the kind of stuff that you can only get on the VOC Nation YouTube, by the way.
Stro, I almost think that you and I should also show up with like some sort of prized childhood possession next week.
That'd be great. Yeah.
We would do like show and tell. Before show and tell became dirty.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
When I was a little kid, we used to go to this restaurant. I believe it was a $10 pizza and salad buffet. And I was a little kid. I'm talking like 3-4 years old. And there was a waitress there that would make such a fuss over me, Stro. Excuse me. So I would bring a different stuffed animal every week just to show her my stuffed animal collection. But I should find that I used to take pictures of the stuffed animals. It would just be like, I look like E.T. Like I would have all these stuffed animals around me, and it's just my face in the middle, I used to do that regularly.
I'll have to see what I have left. Because when I was in like middle school age, like we donated a lot of ours to like other families. So I don't actually know what's still around.
That's what my mom did with my Atari 2600 games. She's like, if you want an NES, you have to get rid of Atari. Now, why? I don't know. we keep every friggin' thing we ever touched in our family attic, but I couldn't keep a little box with 10 Atari games in it.
Well, maybe she was mad at you.
Probably. She also threw out a bunch of my wrestling magazines before I started writing for them.
Oh, that's... She thought they were something
They were in a
else.
tub in the attic.
She thought they were something else.
Probably.
Yes.
No, I hid them under my bed so she couldn't find them. My wrestling magazines. Imagine that.
Yeah, not your...
Right next to the Vaseline.
Not your
No, I'm only
hustlers.
kidding. I'm only kidding. Speaking of Vaseline, let's go to Rat Boy. Dustin, you're up after Rat Boy. I'm just kidding. Rat Boy, did you have a favorite family toy? Do you still have them?
Put it this way, I got it, and I've had it since I was 1 year old, and I still got it.
Okay.
It was.
Is it a rag with a rabbit head on it?
No, it's a monkey.
A monkey. I should have known.
A monkey.
I apologize for not knowing what I should have known.
Yeah, but
what was his name?
Something, okay.
Let me guess. Was his name Screech?
I figured out. No, Spunky.
Spunky the monkey.
Wow.
I had one of those in college. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I want to wish Stro a happy birthday. Happy birthday
thank you,
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to the Maestro. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you, Rat Boy. Thank
Anytime,
you,
man. Okay, and I figured out something, okay?
Mm-hmm.
1 + 1 = 2.
Are you finally getting in the shower?
I don't know, Brady. I found out why Brady is playing Easy Street. I figured it out.
It's ironic because I can no longer play that song. That was actually what flagged us last week for copyright claims. Go ahead.
What it is that I started watching this series called The Walking Dead.
Yes.
And that was on.
Yeah.
Now, Rat Boy, hold on, Rat Boy, because I've never heard of this show. Could you explain what's the premise of The Walking Dead?
It's going up by zombies.
Okay, so like
every episode is killing zombies.
Okay, but like so are these like killer zombies or like is this like there's zombies?
Okay, no. Zombies, man.
Do they run or do they walk?
They walk.
Okay, can I ask my question? I'm trying to ask serious questions about a TV show.
I'm a journalist, damn it.
Yeah, I'm a journalist, damn it. Okay, so Rat Boy, like, are these like free range wild zombies, or like, is this a show about like zombies? Is this like Sheep in the Big City, where it's like there's zombies and they're just kind of like living their lives among the rest of us, like going to work and getting on the bus and stuff?
No, these are actually zombies. They walk in the woods down in Georgia that I would never go no more. Okay.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Okay.
Okay. Are there attractive women on this show?
No, they're zombies.
Okay. Well, that answers
I don't know.
So, Rat Boy, like, do I have to have like premium
Probably better
cable?
than like what I dated in college.
I started watching Walking Dead, and I said, "Oh wow, this is good. It's good and good. It's getting better and better and better." Now I'm on season 9.
All right. So, it's got 9 seasons. So, like, was this on like CBS or something?
Now, how do you kill it?
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Netflix. All right. Yeah, it's right on
Netflix.
there.
So, like, no, like if they're always walking, how do you kill them? Like, because they're not like the walking and then fall down and die. Yeah,
I think you put a
then
bench near them.
And they get back up.
But then they wouldn't be the Walking Dead. Then they'd be the Laying Dead.
Do they ever sit down, Rat Boy?
Yeah, I'm sitting down right now. Why?
No, I don't care about you. Do the zombies ever sit down?
No, I know.
Is there
one sit down yet?
Is there a zombie strip club where the zombies go in their free time?
I don't know. We had to go down to Georgia and investigate it. Find out what's going on down there.
All right, you and Justin load up the Ratmobile and get going.
Don't pray.
Yeah, don't pray. Whatever you do, don't pray.
The biggest question, the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
That's not a question, but go ahead.
I'm going to get into the Royal Rumble.
It's a big question.
You're going to get into the Royal. Now, that would be a surprise entry.
You going to come in through the pipes, or?
Yes.
No.
I know what happened. I know what happened.
I got 3 of them. I got 3 of them already.
Oh, I thought you meant you. I was going to say, Vince McMahon's brother's dying wish was for Rat Boy to be in the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rod McMahon died this week. Go ahead.
All right, the first one is AJ Lee.
Okay.
AJ Lee.
That kind of tips him off as far as the... Okay.
The second one is, let's go with Becky Lynch.
Okay, that's not going to
1
happen.
month after giving birth?
Not going to happen, but okay.
And the third one, no other than Seth Rollins.
Okay.
No.
So you're skipping CM Punk.
So like,
even though AJ Lee's doing it.
Okay, so they just had a baby, and you think
CM Punk. You already say CM Punk because Bruce Wood took it out. But I got another one for you. Let's go with Finn Balor, the Demon King.
There you go.
This is here's what I think happened. I think Rat Boy watched an episode of Raw from like a year ago.
It seems like it.
And has decided that he's just naming names of people on the show. So
and there's another person.
No one cares. Rat Boy, what would we call you? Okay. Rat Boy, what would we call you if you were in charge?
If I was in charge?
If you were in charge, what do you think we would call you? No, we would call you the big. We would call you the big cheese.
The big cheese. The big cheese. Thank you.
Yeah, you can call me the big cheese.
All right. Well, big cheese. How about we go to another caller?
Yeah, I real quick, Rat Boy. I have another idea for another woman that should be in the Royal Rumble this year, Maurice.
Ooh,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh wait, is she still pregnant?
Who knows?
Okay.
How about Sunny? She's definitely not pregnant.
How about Eva Marie?
I would buy that. Eva Marie, yes, I think Eva Marie will be in the Royal Rumble this year because they've been talking about including her since December.
Yep.
How about
and maybe Ronda Rousey?
How about Major Guns? One of my favorites.
So if we're just throwing random women wrestlers into the Royal Rumble, how about we bring back Cherry?
Yes, Cara Slice, another one of my favorites. Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
maybe Ripley.
Rat Boy, this has been a monumentally bad call, but thank you for making it.
It's okay. Thanks, Rat Boy. I love you, man.
And I would go Dean Bogus there in a Royal Rumble too.
Okay, so who's going to win it?
And Dean Malenko.
I think you said AEW.
Who's going to win? I'm going to say Brock Lesnar is going to come back and win it all again.
Okay, how about the women? Do you think Brock will win that too?
Yes.
I think you should go in and win them both.
No.
And then challenge for both titles on the same night. Actually, all 4 titles.
Do it again. I think Charlotte's going to do it.
You know what? You know what I think Brock should do? He should cut himself in half, and then both halves of him co-win the Royal Rumble for both the men and the women, and then he can challenge for all 4 titles at the same time at WrestleMania.
Okay, but can we do like a WrestleMania 9 thing where like somehow Hulk Hogan ends up with all 4?
Well, that would be my hope. All right, Rat Boy. Take care, homie.
All right, maybe the Undertaker will come back for this one.
Yeah,
you never know.
Or maybe Rat Boy, do you drink just like grain alcohol before you call into this program?
No.
Yes.
No. He drinks a gallon of milk free from 7-Eleven.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The free 7-Eleven milk.
What I say comes true, and it does come true.
It does.
Just hear me out.
Just not when you say it. Just not when you say it.
Plus, I gotta say one more thing. Okay, I don't know if you mentioned it yet about the Super 8. Ricky Martin is the first opponent for the Super 8.
Yes, that'll be interesting.
The dancer?
Yeah. So,
no, that's Ricky Martin. I had to think about that. That's Ricky Martin. He's talking about Ricky
Martin.
Like the salt guy.
Martin.
Well, that's what I said. I kept hearing Ricky Martin. And I was just like, what? That'd be a heck of an entrance.
All right, Rat Boy, take care. Much love, homie.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
You never know what you're going to get with him, and tonight it was meth. So that was...
It's always a box of mixed chocolates, as they say.
Yes.
Tonight they were filled with gravel. Tonight they were filled with gravel. I'm just kidding. I love him. 9143. Oh, why am I giving out the number? The phone numbers are closed for the night. We have one more caller. Dustin, we'll get to you in 1 second here.
Do you think Dustin is still quarantined in Florida?
I would assume so.
All right. So anyway, you had an announcement you were going to make before we went to wherever he is.
No. Not an announcement. I was going to ask who you guys think is going to win the Royal Rumble, because I keep hearing Edge against Bill Goldberg, and Bruce joked about it earlier. I hope to God that's not where they're going with this. That would be so monumentally stupid.
Where's WrestleMania this year?
Tampa.
Okay. Here's the thing. I don't think it'll be Goldberg. I don't think Goldberg will be involved. But I would rate the chances of Edge winning it as plausible.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't think I would say that's probably not where I'm putting my money, but I would say that is not out of the realm of possibility, and like reasonable possibility, not one of those things where you could be like, well, Wade Barrett could win it. Well, yeah, I mean, sure, he's technically part of the roster, sort of, but yeah. Yeah.
I mean, here's my thing. And now, granted, I haven't had a conversation with Edge in 15 years. So I'm not really qualified to talk about this. But depending on what their plans are for him long term, if he's going to come back and be a semi-regular part of the roster and wrestle on the big shows and still be around, then I don't really have a problem with them inserting him into a main event, because he probably only has a limited amount of time on the shelf, on his shelf life left to accomplish certain things. And if he can still go at a certain level, I say, sure, if that's the plan, to keep him around. But if we're talking about a one-off thing for WrestleMania and then he's done, you know, I hope to God it isn't him winning it. I would get a lot more mileage out of seeing him in another match with Randy Orton or something else against somebody else that can be much more meaningful and be isolated as, like, you know, Edge came back to do this monumental match and now he's gone. So I don't know what they have planned, but as far as, like, Edge is concerned, yeah, no, I don't want him to win it unless they have plans long-term for him to be around.
Oh, I'm with you, and I don't realistically think that he will. I really don't.
I'm tired of part-time guys. I don't argue about it like most people do. Like, you know, yeah, it's okay. I got you.
I'm going to pick Big E.
Yes. So Big E against Roman?
That'd be a fun matchup.
It would. It would. He's been gradually getting more serious.
Right.
Now, if they do that, right? If they do that, do they have Xavier Woods switch brands and kind of go with him as his manager, or do you remove all kind of memories of New Day?
I think you move Xavier Woods.
I would think so. He's not doing anything on Raw.
Yeah, that's just it. He's not doing anything. And I love Big E, but Xavier Woods as a manager would add something to that. And I think, and really it has always added something to that. And I think you keep that around.
Yeah. Well, let's go to Dustin.
Oh yeah, let's go to Dustin.
What's the word, homie? How you doing, man? You there, Dustin? Dustin. Giving us the Torah treatment. Dustin, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what's going on, pal?
Nothing much, really.
Thought you had a tornado coming. Tornado coming through.
Tornado.
Tornado.
I was trying to be cute and come up with something different. What's that?
I just enjoying Florida, so.
How is it down there? What's the weather like in Orlando right at this minute?
Is it tropical?
It's been kind of warm and then cold and warm and cold. Like it's just weather's been weird.
You think it's like 80 degrees there now, or?
I don't know. I can't check it while I'm on the phone.
Okay. I'm gonna guess it's like 68.
Well, the low temperature is supposed to be in the low 50s tonight, so.
Now the humidity, I'm thinking probably no higher than 88%.
Speaking of WrestleMania, I'm gonna be there for both nights.
Okay, well, didn't you tear up your ticket last year before they canceled it in Tampa?
Yes.
Now, do you get credit for that, or did they just give you the money back?
I think they just give him a new ticket, but he can't use it.
What's that, Dustin?
Actually, I've totally forgotten about that.
Well, I remember you tore up the ticket. I remember that. But I figured since they didn't actually have the show there or anywhere where you could go, you probably got a refund on the ticket that you tore up, right? Or did you need to take the physical ticket somewhere to get?
I never did.
So you just got nothing because you didn't have a ticket to take back to your place of purchase.
No, but I will be there for this WrestleMania for both nights.
Uh-huh. Well, that's cool.
I can't wait.
Which night do you think will be better?
I'm going to both. I don't know. It depends on the matches.
Do you think Becky Lynch will be back?
That's highly unlikely.
I think she'll be there, but she probably won't have a match unless they do like a 6-man tag with her and Seth Rollins and Rue against somebody. Maybe like Buddy Murphy and Ray and Dominic.
Yeah, well, I don't know, really. Like, honestly, it's been kind of weird with stuff being off SmackDown. Like, they had him advertised to return on January 1st, and they removed the advertisement. I'm like, yeah, great. He's been gone almost the entire month of January, and then now I know he's going to return to Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I think he will. And, you know, if he does what he did at Survivor Series and just lays down, no one will be able to toss him out.
That's
Other
true.
than maybe like Cesaro.
Yeah.
Cesaro, I guess, could deadlift him, but that's about it.
Well, Brady, my 3 picks for the men's match to win is Sheamus, King Corbin, and Keith Lee.
Okay. I would love it if King Corbin won just to piss people off. I think it would be amazing.
And then have him beat Roman for the title. Have Corbin turn face and have him beat Roman.
Oh, no, I want him as a bad guy, though. Yeah. Stro, what do you think about that? Dustin's picks for the Royal Rumble are Sheamus, King Corbin, or was it Buddy Lee? No,
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee. Buddy's brother. Yeah. Buddy and AJ's brother.
I mean, they're solid, almost solid picks, you know what I mean? And all three have had pretty decent years. So, I mean, it could be possible, but I'm not really sure. I mean, it's so up in the air right now with the Rumble. You know what I mean?
Big E pick, yeah. The Big E pick really resonated with me because, first of all, SmackDown has kind of become the number one brand. Yeah.
Right. Now Big E definitely.
Yes, Dawson.
My 3 picks for the women's Royal Rumble match is Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and probably Bayley.
Over Alexa?
Alexa's not going to win the Rumble. It's not happening.
She might.
That's not happening.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
She might change clothes, like, I don't know, for a record time at a Rumble.
Yeah.
Brady.
Change outfit.
She might get 2 entries.
I totally forgot about the Fiend. The Fiend could show up in the Rumble and cost Randy Orton a match.
He probably will.
Sure. Papa
That way they'll
Shango
keep
could
that
show up
going.
and cost him the match.
What about a stare down between Papa Shango and the Fiend? And the Boogeyman?
Ooh. And in the background, the Maestro descends from the rafters and begins playing some kind of spooky music.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's a party.
I'll take it.
But Brady, did you watch the Timothy Thatcher versus Tommaso Ciampa 5-pit match?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
what did you think
really
of
good,
it?
Actually.
Very good.
That was really
I
good.
haven't talked much about NXT lately because they don't have the big pay-per-view coming up.
It's true.
They do in February 14th.
Okay, well, I don't.
You know what that day is, right, Dustin? You know what that day is?
Yeah, your birthday.
That's my birthday.
And yes.
Oh yeah. By the way, happy birthday, Stro.
Hey, thank you, Dustin.
You're welcome.
Hey, Stro. Happy birthday, man.
Hey. Oh, thank you, Ray. Thank you so much, Ray.
Hey, Stro, happy birthday.
Hey, thank you, Brady. Thank you so much.
Wait, Snowball has something to say to you. Happy birthday!
What do you think of?
Sorry.
Now wait. Hang on, Brady. We got one more because I actually have a magical phone here, and I have a special call for Stro. So we're gonna get him put on. Oh, happy birthday, Stro!
Is that Mickey?
It sure is.
All right.
I love China and child labor. And giving Stro a happy birthday.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Birdie.
Fantastic.
One second, Dustin. We're doing important stuff here. I also have a magic phone. So hold on. Let me see. Hi, Stro. It's Elmo. Elmo wants to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, gee, Elmo.
Yes.
You did that, and now Bullwinkle and I can't wish Stro a happy birthday.
Oh, no! Oh, quick! Go ahead, Dustin. I'm sorry.
The iconic.
I'm sorry, Dustin. I want Billy Kay to win the Women's Rumble.
I want her to win the Men's Rumble.
Me too.
So,
Yeah.
And Shayna Baszler.
What do you think about?
Go ahead.
What do you think of Peacock TV buying the WWE Network?
Oh yeah, we haven't even talked about that tonight. That's like major news. I think for the consumer, it's a very good thing because, until they get tired of WWE, it'll cost half as much money to watch the pay-per-views now. It'll be $4.99 instead of $9.99 if you can put up with some commercials, which WWE was putting in the network anyway. So, yeah, I mean,
Brady. Actually, they're doing, and they're also got the one without the commercials for $9.99.
That's what I'm saying. So for $4.99, you get it without. I'm sorry, for $4.99. So for half as much money, you get the same thing that you're getting now. You get WWE with commercials. If you pay the same as what you're paying now, you get it without commercials. It's a win-win.
Yep, I pay $9.99 every month.
Now, the question is, if people are ordering pay-per-views, what are they getting when the cheaper people are watching commercials? Are they getting like Elmo and Bullwinkle and Mickey Mouse and Snowball? What are they getting? What are they getting? What, is it just going to go black for them for 3 minutes while commercials play?
Yes.
That's what they should do. That would be funny.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Tremendous.
All right.
Yes. You're right. Oh, no.
That chased him away.
Oh, no, indeed. That was a hell of a final segment.
I'll tell you what, this is the week when having video really started to pay off.
That was a hell of a final segment.
I loved it. Oh, hell yeah. Have you guys been watching that Stone Cold show on USA? I keep hearing how funny it is.
No, I haven't.
Oh, yeah.
Like he interviews celebrities with Ice-T. Isn't he like driving around with them or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. I like Stone Cold a lot. I always thought his whole shtick was great. But when he stopped wrestling, I felt like the other stuff got boring if he never actually got in the ring and whooped somebody's ass, you know? So, like, I kind of got away from him at some point. But
the thing
is what it is.
The thing is, like, because, like, there's guys who, like, they're interesting in other ways. Yeah. And the thing is, like, he's not interesting in any other way.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like, cause like I guess like if you're somebody listening and you're saying what the hell does this idiot mean by this? Like,
that's why I was like, what?
Okay, I'll give you two examples, and we got one of them on this show. I wouldn't need to talk to Stro about wrestling to talk to him about something that was interesting, because there are other interesting things about him and that he is interested in and invested in. The same thing with like Jesse Ventura. I would never have even needed to know that Jesse Ventura was a wrestler, because there are lots of other interesting things that he is interested in and that he can talk about with you. And the thing is, like, I'm sure that Steve Austin is not an idiot. Snowball's making an appearance. I love Snowball. Like, I'm sure that Steve Austin's not an idiot, but like, he's not interesting enough, and he's not. You know, are you really gonna like go to him for something?
No.
No.
I was doing no with Snowball for people that don't have the video on YouTube. VOC Nation account. He's going
why
no.
you don't? Let me tell you something. Why you don't have the video up to listen to the show? What you're doing, you're selling yourself short. You're the one that's missing out, not us.
Who, me?
No, I'm saying, like, if you're somebody that's not watching the video, you are missing out on what I would call transcendent, life-changing, truly groundbreaking material.
Well, that looked dirty. I'll hold him over here and do it. Yeah.
Yeah, please don't do that. Please do not do that. So we're out of callers.
We are, and I think we're about out of time. Just for the record, though, we were talking earlier. I don't remember who said what, but Stro, did you have an official prediction for the men's and women's Rumbles?
And this is very vague because I think pretty much it's pretty much up the air, in my opinion. But
I don't think they know.
I believe they would, right. Big E would basically be my, somewhat pick for the guys, and for the gals, I want to go with, I really want to go with Bianca Belair.
Okay. I like that a lot. And Bianca is one of the favorites, by the way, so that would be really good. How about you, Ray? Did you have picks?
So I guess I'll make it official here. We talked about it a little bit before. I'll pick Big E to win the men's. It makes sense. He's at a place where that can do a lot of good. He's a guy that we know they've been pushing. We know that they want to do, big things with him. And it's just like everything just kind of lines up. The women's, you don't really know. I don't know.
It's okay not to know. Like I said, they don't know.
I should give a thing of I should give a prediction of some kind,
only if you can get it in before midnight. Otherwise, it's not a big deal. Midnight Eastern, I mean. Snowball agrees. How about Alexa? Just say Alexa.
No, I don't want to say that.
Say Alexa, show me Royal Rumble winner.
They won't do a double. They won't do a double thing. I'm gonna say that they do the wrong thing and they go with Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, I could see that. And then you have the partners fighting each other at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that seems like the kind of overdone thing they would do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna hope that they ignore what they've done for the last 12 months and have Shayna Baszler win the Women's Royal Rumble and have her maybe the match against Sasha Banks would be the match to make, or maybe you do her against Asuka. But either way, I think it could be very good. So I would go Shayna Baszler. By the way, I don't think Ronda Rousey's coming back. I know last year that was like the talk of the town. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen this year, although I guess they could pull that out of left field and actually have people surprised this year. As for the men, part of me wants to think, not wants to think, but part of me thinks that Goldberg is going to win this title and Drew McIntyre is going to throw himself in the Rumble. And I wonder if they're not going to do Drew versus Roman at WrestleMania, which to me was the money match that I wanted all along. I guess we'll see. I don't necessarily agree with how they get there, but if that's the end result, then I'm on board. So I'm going Shayna Baszler and Drew McIntyre. for the women's and the men's. I think that is about it for this week. Ray, first, did you have anything that you wanted to plug before we get out of here?
So I know it is Stro's birthday, but if I could give a little bit of a birthday wish to my very good friend Lee Allen, sitting down in beautiful Yuma, Arizona, listening to this show right now.
Mm-hmm.
From all of us here at the VOC Nation, happy birthday to you as well. And also, make sure that you check out the Stro Zone on Friday nights.
Yes.
Stro, what will we be showing on the Stro Zone this week?
Let me pull up the name real quick. It's an old Sherlock Holmes movie from the 50s. I think it's Sherlock Holmes and the Dread Man, I think. Yeah, from the 50s.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, Stro, what else you got going on, man?
Well, WCW Retro this coming Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, discussing wrestling's monsters, attractions, and giants.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and be looking out maybe for me. I'm appearing on an upcoming episode of Hightown on the Stars Channel with Louise Guzman. So be looking out for that episode.
Cool. It's been a while since you had something like that. I'm excited for you. I'll definitely be able to check that out. So very cool. And for all your information, don't forget to go to thestro.com as well as find him on all the social media platforms as well. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into In the Room this week, right here on the VOC Nation Radio Network. Or if you're new to us on YouTube, don't forget to go over there, or I guess it's over there, and click on the subscribe so that you'll know when the newest episodes drop right on there. Otherwise, be sure to go to VOCNation.com or all your favorite podcast platforms. Thank you to the greatest cast and crew I could ever ask for. Stro, happy birthday. Kathy, Derek, Ray, Matt, everybody. Just an absolutely tremendous time. I love you guys all so much. Thank you to all the callers for all your time and all your very in-depth thoughts and all that stuff. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm trying to think.
You.
Be sure to check out all the other great content on VOCNation.com. ECWA returns in April, and then in May, I believe, yes, it's April, but then May 1st is the Super 8 tournament, and Ricky Morton is the first name, not the Salt guy, the Rock and Roll Express guy. It'll be great. I'm hoping Kevin Nash is number 2, really fire this thing up. So be sure to check that out. Tickets and information, ECWAWrestling.com. And I only say that because they had that very momentous feud. Everybody, have a great week. Be good to each other. I love you all very much, and take care. We'll talk to you real soon right here on In the Room. Bye-bye.
This is Matt Hardy, and you are listening to the VOC Nation.
Rock and Roll Union for the past 2 years has been the place for rock and roll, new rock and roll, debuting rock and roll, and some of the old classics as well. We have welcomed guests from around the world, national artists, and more. We have excited many people by our live events. We've welcomed everybody into the fold, and we continue to do so on a weekly basis. Guys, that is Rock and Roll Union, and that is what we do for you.
Saturdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, VOCNation.com.
Since 2012, HIAC Talk Radio has been bringing you the best of independent wrestling and wrestling on the worldwide scale, with interviews and other segments now featuring the Wrestling Historian with Craig Legans every Thursday night at 6 p.m. at VOCNation.com, or go to your Android or iPhone and type in VOC Nation Radio Network and subscribe to the greatest wrestling podcast network in the world. Listen to HIAC Wrestling Podcast today.
VOC Nation provides live daily streaming shows where fans have the ability to interact with the hosts and guests by phone call, email, and Twitter. VOC Nation hosts include the legendary Ken Resnick, who you probably remember from the AWA and WWE, former WCW performer The Maestro, Wes Brisco, who you probably remember from Impact, Brady Hicks, who you remember from Pro Wrestling Illustrated, former WWE and TNA star Shelly Martinez, and former Philly radio personality Bruce Wirt. What are you waiting for? Go listen live right now at VOCNation.com and subscribe to all of our podcasts by searching for VOC Nation Radio Network on your favorite podcast app. Oh, and follow them on Twitter too, at VOC Nation.
The worldwide leader in entertainment. This is the VOC Nation Radio Network.